We on.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh be the true name for the Father. Yahweh shall be named for his only begotten Son. The world eagerly calls God and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone that taught us the truth and will well. Excite us to do hopefully person this truth and honesty, sincerity. This is Brother Yawasop and Brother.
Yerah.
We're a couple of brothers out of GMS Kansas City camp. Come to another sit down to the Spirit Power Yahweh Shai. And this week is going into the Spirit. This lesson just came across a quick social media clip of a female rapper, a black woman by the name of Sexy Red, and she just admitted on her platform, on her Instagram, on live, that she sold her soul to the elites, the Illuminati. Okay, and around they were asked her, "Hey, did you sell out?" She laughed about it, made a joke, and someone in the background says, "Yeah, she sold it for a cheeseburger," you know. And then she got on a serious tip and said, "Yeah, I did, and I can't get out, and I don't want to get out. I'm making too much money," you know. And that's how all of these people get in that mentality when they first get juiced in. And she said she just left like a Hollywood gala party or some shit like that, so she might have just got through doing some sacrificing type shit when she got on live and said that shit, you know. But that goes to show, man, we got evil men and women of the nation of Israel that are going to be judged, you know. And the spirit of this lesson, I'm going to title it "The Real Life Suicide Squad." Okay, and if you don't know who the Suicide Squad is, it's out of the comic books of DC. All right, it was a superhero team that was compiled of multiple villains or supervillains of DC, of the DC universe. All right, and they basically, I think, got like 4 or 5 of them on one team, and they were forced to go work for the government and do government missions to take out other, supervillains that rose to power. You know, that one movie that came out, the Suicide Squad. It had that one lady playing Harley Quinn. You know, she was in love with Joker. You had Deadshot in it. That was the first one. You had the dude. I forget. I don't know the characters' names. All of them. I know one of the guys. He was like an alligator man,
Yeah.
and there was a couple others. You had one dude that was working. He was basically like a special forces dude,
Yeah. Rick Flag.
Rick Flag, and you got the other lady that was a witch. You know, she ended up becoming the main villain they had to defeat, but they used her and some dude that had like a boomerang. He was like a perfect thief or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know. But basically, when these people that get picked and selected to get involved in Hollywood, they're used as puppets, just like that comic book series going into the Suicide Squad. What they do is they pick criminals, the worst of the worst of the pot that you can get. All right, and then they give them a bag, and they got to go work for these elites in Hollywood, and they execute their agenda on what they want the people to do.
Yeah. Huh.
You know, so selling your soul, man, is not worth it because in the movie they showed you that they really wanted to get out. They no longer wanted to be a part of that Suicide Squad, but they had the things, the digs in the back of their brains that would explode if they tried anything.
Right.
And that's exactly how these celebrities work. You try anything, you say too much, they're gonna off you. You know, at first it might sound cool, and living that lifestyle, and that's how the criminals was that got picked for the Suicide Squad. You know, once you get noticed, they're gonna approach you, and they're gonna use you as a tool to push, the satanic agendas that they have, and the brainwashing and the distraction techniques that they have. And if you try to leave, you're done, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
That's
So if you want to go ahead and pull that precept, bro, we're gonna get right into it through the spirit.
Con. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16. And I apologize, brothers, from hearing echo. I can still hear it on my end on the recording, but so lock it for that. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. It says, "Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Right. So what value is it if you gain the whole world but you don't have a soul? See, they don't understand the concept of not having a soul. You know, it means you don't have any type of self-control over your own life anymore. Okay. Once you sell your soul, there's different ways that you can sell your soul. Like there's different characters on that Suicide Squad team. You know, you got Deadshot, he's basically a hitman, and you got niggas that live a life that get paid to go killing other people, man. You
Yeah,
know, you do it enough, they'll recruit your ass on the military, and you'll be a hired hitman for Esau. You
yeah.
know, you got people that steal, you know, and
Mhm.
they'll work for the government to go take other people's stuff, you
Yeah.
know, rob, steal, and kill. All right, you got people that are set up as far as just straight up thugs, man.
Mhm.
You know, and there's different characters on that Suicide Squad that represent that as well. Then you got the people that are set up to be whores and push that whoredom. Well, that represents Harley Quinn right there. That's the women, man.
Yeah. That's her.
Just completely psychotic and crazy and push that type of mentality. And the ultimate target is the nation of Israel. So they're using that squad to target us, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that second one, but they even had a character on there. I think it was a damn weasel, bro. It killed like 27 children, bro. They,
Damn.
they recruited his ass and put him on the Suicide Squad, man.
Damn.
You know, that was
Damn,
on the
that's
second
crazy.
one. The second one was wild. We still had Harley Quinn, but so yeah, you saw grabbing pure, niggas out there, man. That's willing to take a dollar to be, to be wicked, basically.
Khan. Even that other dude, what's the special forces guy? What you said his name was?
Oh, Rick Flag,
Rick
first one.
Flag, man. He represents you niggas that want to join the military, man.
Yeah,
You know,
con,
you Uncle Tom dudes that thinking that hey, you selling your soul that way too. There's multiple ways, man, but ultimately it's just a trap.
yeah. That's right, man. Scripture said clearly, for what have profited you, man? Like yeah, you get some money on this end, but once that day comes, man, all of that shit, it ain't gonna be. I might have to get that scripture. Actually, it says, "There's no thought for the day of prosperity and the day of adversity," something like that. Like once that day comes, man, none of this shit is gonna be worth it, man. You know,
Right.
because once you get to that day where the Lord requires your soul, man, that's a horrific day. And you did all that for some shekels, man.
Right. Khan. Because you don't have to be a part of Hollywood to consider yourself as far as you sold your soul. When you accept the beast system within your heart, you know, which is this government system and this culture that Esau is pushing out upon the world, when you fully dive in and accept that and you reject, you know, the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the truth and the ways of walking in truth, you've sold out. Okay. Because when the spiritual demon Satan came to Yahweh Shai, the wilderness, yeah, that wasn't no Hollywood coming to him. This was a one-on-one interaction. Okay. So Satan can come to you on a personal level, and he says, "Wait, look, I'll give you all of this. I'll give you all the money. I'll give you this big ass house. I'll give you all the land you want, the job you want. You don't have to be a music career. You don't got to be on TV, but just whatever you deem as success in the physical world itself. You know, you're going to be faced with that temptation. I'm going to give you this if you just bow down and worship me. Meaning, if you dive into the Momo agenda and you with it, you know, you dive into the agenda of the conspiracies as far as business practices and things like that, and you forsake serving the Lord to go and do those things. You've chosen to bow down and worship Satan instead of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Yep,
Which means you sold out, man.
that's right, man. Right.
Khan, you got that precept?
This is the book of Job, chapter 27, verse 8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he hath gained, when the Most High taketh away his soul? It says, "Will the Most High hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon the Most High? I will teach you by the hand of the Most High that which is with the Almighty will I not conceal." All right. That's basically a precept backing up the what was got in Matthew, man. You know, because basically you have become a hypocrite, man. You know, you would tell that you're a royal people, and then you go and serve the enemy, not for his own purpose, but to destroy your own people, man. That's backwards as hell, you know.
Right.
And the Lord is basically very, very clear on the matter of how he feels about those individuals, man. You know, y'all are all going to be visited, man. I don't care how much of a bubble that you live in or how untouchable you feel you are. The Lord has already promised that day of darkness, man. That day of gloominess.
God, because recently as well, it came out that ex CIA member came out and told it. He said that they did pay and set up specific celebrities to destroy the black people of the nation.
Yeah.
So this is a government entity that came out and said this, man. So then people like think this shit is cute. She don't, Sexy Red is on live, basically boasting that she sold out and didn't care because she's getting so much money. You don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes and the damage that's actually done.
Right.
Three little young girls, man. They're like 8 years old, little harlots, man.
Audio went out there.
Can you hear me now, bro?
Con.
Yeah, he shared that video, man, and it was three children that basically is copying to be some of these rapper celebrity women that are whores. Three little girls, man.
Mm-hmm.
Too young to even be knowing about all this stuff. And how do they know about it? Because their parents allow them to listen to that garbage. Their mothers are listening to that trash. So now you got 8-year-old children idolizing Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, Sexy Red, and it's meant to destroy our women.
Yeah.
Con, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, but it's certain we can carry nothing out. Having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition, which is what they're doing, man.
Yep.
All right. And then it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Because us all it really takes to get a nigga is a Gucci bag, man. Because Esau's getting the lowest of the low. He's going to the gutter and getting these women, these individuals, and he's putting them out on the forefront, And that's all it takes, money to get Jake, going, man. It's sad.
That's right, man. It's the ultimate goal is to get you from not calling upon your true power as Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Throughout history, anytime we started serving idols and accepting the traditions of the heathens that were around about us and forgetting our power, the Lord judged us and allowed the enemies to put us into slavery. So Esau wants to continue his stronghold, his foot on the throat of our people. And the way that he continues to have that strength is if our people refuse to turn to our power and call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and keep the commandments. If he can get us as the masses to do that, we become weak as a nation. This is the power that's in Hollywood. Okay, these elites know this. They know who we are. They know we're the Israelites, and they know they continue to get us to sin, and they set up people that's going to do this. Then they gain more power from the spiritual demon Satan, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about, man. If you can run that precept back one more time, Brother Shah, the first part of it.
The 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Right. You can't take nothing out of this world with you, man. You know, because Sexy Red mentioned that video. She said, "Yeah, I can't get out, but I don't care. I'm making too much money." Okay, what are you gonna do when the society collapses and all that money you can't use because cash is about to be done, man? The U.S. dollar is gonna be gone, and there's gonna come a time when all those millions that you got in the bank are worth less than a blade of grass, man. You're
Yes.
better off just burning it for heat,
Right.
you know, to keep warm because there's not gonna be no damn electricity.
Right. Con. It depends on the conditions too, man. Like if you're in an area where it's a drought, man, a man will sell his whole damn house for a bottle of water, man. You know,
Right.
and the Lord could do that very, very quickly, man. Especially in some of those areas out there in California where it's damn near a drought already, man. You know,
Con.
you got a few days without water, man, so people start going nuts.
Oh yeah,
So just like that, how much is the bottle of water gonna be worth, man? People are gonna be dying over it, basically.
that's right, man. You can only last on average about 3 days without water before you die of dehydration. So that the extent that people are going to go to get a clean drink of water is going to be great. And you know you can't just turn on your faucet, you know, because guess what? The water plants are responsible for cleaning that water to allow it to where it's safe enough for you to drink. So when the system crashes, you think those plants are going to be running? You're not going to get any water pumped to your house, okay? And any other source of water that you do get that might be coming out of a faucet, you got to question if you can trust drinking it because it's not being cleaned by that plant.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know. Go ahead with the next part of that precept, bro.
It says, verse 8, and having food and raiment, let us be there with content.
So you're supposed to be satisfied with what you got, man. Okay. Now, unless you're in a situation to where you're basically homeless, it's understandable that you want a little bit more money to be comfortable. All right. But if you just live in like a middle class life and you got the means, so you got a car, you got a place that you got a roof over your head, your lights is on, you got food in the refrigerator, be content. You don't need to chase, you know, riches, man. Get enough money that you need to just take care of your family to give their basic needs. If everybody got their food and their clothes, shoes, they got, you know, a home to live in, you got a vehicle for transportation, you got a cell phone, your basic necessities, you shouldn't be in a spirit of wanting excess of necessities. You know, you shouldn't be in a spirit of wanting to be and your whole life wanting to be super rich and you have to die becoming extremely wealthy. That's
Yeah.
not the mentality to be in. You're not being content and grateful for what you've been blessed with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start pursuing other avenues that are satanic and wicked, such as these celebrities are doing. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Verse 9, it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
Right. So once you get that money, you fall into temptation and a snare. You start rubbing elbows and shoulders with the wrong people, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you start making extremely selfish decisions because once you get at the top and you get a certain level of money, you have to become selfish to maintain that level of wealth and income, which is not righteousness, man. You know, you're going to be coming across a lot of people that, you know, you just end up refusing to want to help. You start becoming high-minded and pride enters your heart, man. And the scriptures talk about how it's hard for a rich man to enter to the kingdom of Yahweh Shem El Shai.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're not extremely rich and wealthy, you got less problems, man. Be satisfied as long as you got what you need. You get from day to day, man.
Mm-hmm. And it says, verse 9 again, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. You know, so that's basically what we're seeing with all of this gang culture, this rap culture. I was watching Charleston White now that people are mad at him for what he's saying, and they're talking about, well, it's your delivery, and he's like, y'all wasn't worrying about delivery when when Slim Thug or whoever the nigga, the Young Thug, said he shot at his mama, so he kept his name out of his mouth, and that nigga really shot his mama in real life, man. Like said that in a video and in a song, and now this nigga's in court because he actually did that. He confessed basically to a murder, on camera. and these are the people that are paid to basically be niggas, man, to go off. You know, that's destruction, man. And all of those songs are popular among Jake. You see, so Amalek is pulling the strings, getting Jake to basically take a bag, all right, to push poison and destruction onto his own people, man. You know, that's why it says they that would be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. You know, and then it says, verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covered it after, like,
Go ahead, bro.
it says, which while some covered it after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. You know, so basically, you got your consolation and you fucked yourself, man. Because it's really just going to take one day for your entire net worth to go to zero. All right, and then you're in the hands of the enemy. You know, and then is the Lord going to hear you in that day? You know, that's the question you got to ask yourself.
And the perfect example is how Kanye West got done, man. You know, here this guy went from billions, you know, to overnight, not a millionaire at all. He still had some money left over because he still, you know, kept a little bit of a sellout. But you see how much he's sighing and crying out, wanting out of that industry, man. You know, he desperately wanted to be accepted, regretting everything that he did. He sacrificed his own mother. You know, so this is what these people do, and they're all the same. When they first get into that industry, they're all proud, they boasting. Sexy Red is proud, boasting. Start approaching the level that Cardi B is approaching. Cardi B is beginning to regret all of that shit. She's been on the camera crying. I don't want this life, you know. I just want to be a mother. I just want to be. You wasn't thinking about all that when you was twerking and shaking ass and shit, man. Doing all that demon shit. You know. So Sexy Red's gonna be singing the same tune. I give it probably about a year or two, man. Maybe less because she's coming in harder than Cardi B did. She's really going in on it, man. Lord might kill her ass. God. I got a precept. It's the book of Leviticus 18:21. It says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Yahweh. Now, when they go over there in Hollywood every year, over in California, they got a place called Bohemian Grove. And they basically got an idol there. That's basically your modern day Molech. They even got a bull that they actually sacrifice people in and burn them at that place. And you got presidents and politicians from all over the world that come to that location every year. And you got your top celebrities that are juiced in the most. They're required to go there. You know, LeBron James. You got Beyonce, Jay-Z. All these big top ones. They're required to go there and sacrifice, man.
That's right. Oh, man. I had a precept we was on earlier.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 21. How is the faithful city becoming harlot? It was full of judgment. Righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers. Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. The princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and followeth after rewards. All right, and that's basically talking about Jake, man. You know, you got a bunch of rebellious princes like Kanye West, man. He's a prime example of a rebellious prince. And it says that followeth after reward, they judge not the fatherless, neither do it they cause the widow to come unto them, right? Because he shows you that he has the influence to start a church and do all of these things and speak. But what does he do, man? He becomes a super nigga, man.
Right.
What happens when you give a nigga $1 billion or $2 billion? He becomes a super nigga.
That's right.
See, and this is why the Lord tells us not to be a whore after money, man. You know, because we're worth way more than this. And the scriptures tell us this entire world in its entirety is not our rest. You know, so we shouldn't be looking forward to any kind of riches of this world. to the extent where you would turn your back against the Lord, man.
And you made a good point, because he had a talent to get a good following. A couple of his tracks that really caught him on fire to go off was about, in a roundabout way, he was singing about the Lord. And that's on Jesus Walks, So Jake has the gift there, but they use it for evil, man.
Yeah.
They have a zeal. They do believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, but it's not according to knowledge, though, and they're not truly sincere. But the power, imagine the things that we could do if people like that actually use their gifts for righteousness, man.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the amount of followings of Yahweh Shem Shai that would be added if they were keeping law, statute, commandments, singing about, Hebrew Israelites, telling his following to go watch the prophets at the highways and hedges. Then you would have millions of people tuning in. This place would go down way faster, man.
Yeah.
That's
why it says everyone loveth gifts, follow after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, man. They don't really see that there's a larger message that needs to be pushed out. Besides Louis Vuitton bags and shit. That's what he chose to push, man, with his influence. So like we were saying earlier, they got their consolation.
Right. Got another precept as well.
Okay.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. So you're supposed to be wary of these evil people. They're all of Amalekites. They're all the head tribe of Esau that own all these industries. It says like iron, as iron rusted. So at first, iron doesn't come with just rust on it, especially if you bought it from a good source. It's gonna come what they call seasoned, man. It's gonna be oiled down. It's gonna be shiny. It's gonna be black. But eventually, you leave it to expose to the elements of moisture. Rust will eventually show. So yeah, it may look good so far as you first agreeing to a music label or something like that, or agreeing to reject the Lord to go get this job or go get this house, this mansion you always wanted to take advantage. It may look good, it may sound good, but eventually the rust is going to show. And that rust is getting ready to happen for all you people, man. All the wicked of Israelites, of Jake, the Hebrew Israelites, that have chosen to sell your soul, that have chosen drugs, wickedness, man. Letting your kids indulge in the wickedness, man. You're eventually going to pay for all those.
Yeah. That's right.
It says, verse 12, it says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown me, he standeth up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So you're supposed to remember these things, man. Eventually, this guy wants your blessing, your birthright. Speaking so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Hebrew Israelites, all right? So the more you trust this devil, Esau, Edom, eventually he wants to try to take your place. And that's what he's done today. That's why he's over there in our land, proclaiming to be the real small hats, the JEWs, It says, verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts, right? Does anybody feel sorry for a person that's a snake charmer, teasing that snake, playing with it and shit, acting like he can't get bit? When he get bit, you're gonna be like, oh, well, that's what that nigga get.
Right.
And that's what you guys are doing when you accept the ways of the world, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right, man.
You got it, bro.
Real quick, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Jehovah, that take counsel, but not of me, and cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and had not asked at my mouth, and to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You know, to back up the brother's point, man. That's what it really boils down to, man. Y'all trust Esau and the things that he pushes more so than your heritage, man, which are the holy scriptures. You'll know that you're an Israelite, and you'll still go off, know that this man is the devil, or will tell you at least, and you'll still in your spirit will just choose that nonsense, man. You know, a lot of Jakes are still into voting, man. Still in 2023.
Right.
You know, like it should. Even Edomites should bring down. This is all bullshit. You know.
That's
So
right,
that's how
man.
you know that the Lord, you know, the Lord is really just had to blind a lot of us, man. Because some of this to us is just completely obvious. You know.
And these people know, man. You know, it's no excuse for Jake to be and completely indulge in all this bullshit with these celebrities, because you had multiple people on the comment board when she was asked, multiple people asking her, "Did you sell out? You sold your soul?" Those questions didn't exist, you know, about 10 years ago. Nobody was publicly asking celebrities about this shit, man.
Yeah.
It was something that was kind of known, and people that paid attention was going on world knew, but everybody knows about the Illuminati now. Everybody knows about, you know, Jeffrey Epstein and what goes on with these politicians. So there's no excuse for Jake to continue and being obsessed with all this bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You still trying to sell out when you know what it is? That goes to show how evil your spirit is if you're choosing to sell out today, because you've heard about the stuff that's required of these people in Hollywood.
Right. Yeah, the Lord did a cold thing with that TikTok too, man, because a lot of those theories are flying out heavy on TikTok, man, heavy.
God.
You wouldn't believe how many hundreds of millions of views topics like this is getting, man. You know,
Right.
you're not gonna see it on ABC News though. You're not gonna see it on CNN. But when you look at it, everybody is watching it, man. Like that whole trend, people were thinking about the Roman Empire. That came out. Why were people thinking about that, man? Because this truth is way more out there than you think it is, man. And those algorithms, I think China controls a lot of it. But he can't control some of them algorithms, man. Sometimes something goes viral, and it's already racked up 2 million views before he catches it, you know. And then he can quote unquote shadow ban it or whatever, you know. And we believe a lot of our channels have been, you know, messed with, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely shadow banned, but you know, the spirit of the Lord still gets it out there where people are still forced to see it.
Yeah.
You know, for the face value, where we can look at the views and the likes and stuff being fucked with, we know we're shadow banned. But hey, it's really helping. You're helping the truth, Esau. You're doing that bullshit. You're just helping the sifting process, because this isn't for everybody. We're not here for the masses. Okay, we don't need the masses. The Lord has a small number. He's always dealt with a small number. Look at all the mighty battles of King David. How a small number of mighty men that took on hundreds of thousands.
Yep.
You know, so you think we give a shit about the followers? We really don't.
Yeah, that's a good song.
God.
No,
you know,
John the Baptist, man, he was literally just out there in the wilderness, man, preaching.
God.
He had the spirit on him to go do what he got to do, man. If people came out there or not, and what happened? The Lord brought basically a whole multitude to him. You know,
Right. Yep.
They came out there to see him. He ain't, you know, so you know the Lord know what he's doing, man. You know.
God, man. So ultimately, man, you people gotta understand. You know, we can get a shit about these damn celebrity shit. You know, this message, we don't give a fuck. A second Sexy Red reads it, and all of a sudden, you know, starts to believe whatever. And that'd be beautiful if she did fully repent. But ultimately, it's not the point, man. The point is you can sell out and sell your soul on a personal level in this world of rejecting the truth and rejecting the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You choosing a world of sin, of living in this world and rejecting this faith, you're selling out, man. And you know, and you becoming a part of the Suicide Squad, and Esau is just going to use you, man. And ultimately, you think you're going to get a paycheck for a moment or get a freedom for a moment, but you won't. He's just going to off you. That's how he gets down, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't got any more presets, bro. If we got anything else, we're gonna wrap it up.
That's it, brothers.
So with that, man, Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. We're gonna go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, about the truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful, person is truth and our honest sincerity. Shalom.